Hey everyone, my name is Zach Van Fleet, first of all, if you don't know, and I decided to do my YouTube tutorial project on some special effects shots, specifically special effects work I did for Galactic Starveyor. That was a VBS miniseries I did for my church. It's kind of a Star Trek kind of style, and the shot I decided to go with is a spaceship moving across the solar system. Now, how do you do that on a $0 budget? That's kind of the theme of the website. Well, first, you need a spaceship. So, literally all I did, I went to the dollar store, and maybe even I used containers and all these different things I could find around the house, or maybe a few extra parts I found in the dollar store, and threw it all together, something that looked like I thought would be a spaceship. And as you can see right now, it just looks like a big hodgepodge of nothingness. But now, as you see, I've added a layer of primer, just spray paint primer, and it starts to look like something. It starts to look like, a coherent piece of coherent piece. So after that, do a few more layers of paint and some highlighting, and then now you can see somewhat of the finished product. I added some red and black detailing there you see, and also I did some distressing work, and all that was me watering down some black acrylic paint and kind of dabbing it all over the ship, and then let it seep into all the edges and cracks. And then when you get off all the excess, it kind of leaves those dark highlights and shadows into the piece, and it just looks way more realistic on camera, and it just adds a lot more detail that you don't get by just a regular layer of paint. So that's kind of the finished product of what it looks like. As you can see, it's very easy just to throw something together to look like a spaceship. And I kind of modeled this off of how they did in the 70s with Star Wars and Star Trek. They used models and clever camera tricks and green screen work to make it look like a ship flying through space. That's what I'm about to get into right now. So right now you're looking at a picture of me. This is me setting up the model, hanging it up just with some fishing wire on the light racks in front of the church green screen. And it's not a very flattering picture, by the way. As you can tell, I've just kind of been run ragged that whole week. It's a crazy shoot, but it was a lot of fun. So here's now what it looks like just hanging in front of the green screen. So how do you get that effect where it looks like it's flying across the screen or flying at you? Surprisingly, the ship does actually not move. This is something that you do with a camera slider or just any camera movement. So right here you can see basically the camera facing towards the ship, and so what I did, I put it on a camera slider and I just slid the camera towards the ship. So that way whenever you look back at it in editing and you put the background in front of it, or behind it, sorry, it looks like the ship is moving, not the camera. So I know what you're thinking, camera slider, that's probably an expensive piece of equipment. Well, yes, but for me, the church had access to one, so I didn't have to pay for anything for it. But for you, I would suggest there's a lot of great tutorials online for making your own DIY camera sliders. I've done this before in the past. There's some great videos out there, and you can do it for really cheap and get pretty much the same effect. But really, any camera movement will work as long as it's smooth. It just really helps out in the end if it's smooth. So now I'm going to show you at least what the finished shot looks like. Not a video version, just a little screenshot. You can see the background. But now you can see, you don't see the wires or anything. You just see the ship in space in front of this planet. And it really just, I was amazed how simple it was going into it. You just have to do it, the more you practice, the more you do it, and you just figure things out, and that's just being creative. And the effect really works and this is done, I maybe spent $5 to $10 on the ship, and no money literally on anything else, just a lot of time and effort. But if that's all you have, I know you can get a lot done. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Definitely check out some other DIY projects. Check out my website. There's some screenshots and pictures of other projects I've done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and keep on making movies. Bye bye.